what does it actually really mean, first of all, to succeed what does it mean to be a digital company? What does it mean to succeed in the age of digitization? If in fact, digitization is something that's here and it's here to stay, and what does that really mean? How do you succeed as an organization? So-called digital transformation has very little to do with digital, maybe even nothing to do with digital. And it's much more fundamentally about how you create value as a business. It's much more about business transformation. What are you really up to as a business or as an organization? What's the value you're committed to creating, and then how are you going to do that in a unique way? And then digital may be one element that you use to support that. And of course, you've got to be thoughtful about how you do so. But unless you can answer that question of why do we exist? What's the unique value we're here to create, and how do we uniquely do that? So the rest of it is quite a bit of waste of money, time, energy, effort, you name it. One of the things that I found just phenomenal about these 12 companies is, first of all, diversity was important to every single one of them. Diversity in their leadership team, diversity in the organization, diversity in their thinking. Leaders need to make time for their own development and have empathy for their own development. And that's something that is an imperative, not just for your own development or selfish desire to grow as a human being, but just in service of your role to the organization. If you really are serious about transforming the organization and shaping your own future, then you also have to invest in developing yourself, because otherwise the organization can't succeed. It's a job of leadership often, right, is not necessarily about standing up in front of the room and having all the answers and directing people about what to do, but perhaps it's even much more impactful when you can step back to support and serve others to actually who have the answers, and to actually create those answers and shape the direction. Or, for example, as we were writing the book, we often, some of our colleagues would ask us, what are the Silicon Valley companies doing? Guess what the Silicon Valley companies are doing? They are obsessed with understanding the customer, number one, and they work in incredibly outcome-oriented ways, right? They are 100% outcome-focused, and that's what allows them to create massive value at such speed and scale. Technology is something that everyone needs to understand and build a skill in. I think that's number one, what we found, that that recognition is there. By the way, I think the next one that we're also seeing is sustainability. Similarly, is one of those things, and ESG more broadly. And the one thing I will tell you that we have heard quite a bit from CIOs, and I don't say this in a self-serving way, it's just the truth. We've heard from so many CIOs, my God, I want to take your book and give it to my CEO to read, because they really need to read the book, because they have to understand that digital transformation isn't just something about what I do in technology. There's a whole heck of a lot that we have to orchestrate for the rest of our organization, how we create value. Executives are under massive pressure. It's tough. It's really a hard job being a leader in organizations today. So I would love to, I'd love to write that book about how do we really help leaders solve that issue of getting the buy-in that they need and ability to really shape these changes and having empathy for themselves in the process.